Alright. It's been around a whopping 3 months since my last version 0.3 prediction video. And to be honest, a lot has happened since then, including the game basically just getting shelved. But we're gonna move past that for now. As I'm sure a lot of you guys already are aware of, ever since the game has went on its hiatus, there's been a lot of scrapped ideas or just unfinished content constantly being released into the Discord. This is due to people not wanting their unfinished work going to waste. I say this because there was a lot of important information released in that scrapped and unfinished content regarding the future updates of the game. So, after doing my research and looking through a lot of those things on Discord and Twitter, I've come up with my updated version 0.3 prediction list. And I'm pretty sure this prediction list is around 99% accurate due to a lot of the information that has been released. So let me go ahead and stop wasting you guys' time and get into my version 0.3 character prediction list. Alright, now the first character I have on the list might actually come to a surprise to a lot of you guys. Now before I reveal this character, I just wanted to say that this character was actually confirmed to be coming in version 0.3. Like a team member came out and outright said yes, they're 100% coming to version 0.3. And that character is no other than No More Innocence. This message on the screen comes from the current holder of No More Innocence from Outcome Memories. Now as you can see, this message says that after 2017X and EXE was removed from the game, No More Innocence was discussed to be put into version 0.3 alongside 2 other killers, whom of which I will not name. Now we'll get into who I think those other 2 killers are in just a moment. But first, I wanted to talk about how they even showed off some of No More Innocence ability icons. And besides the animation, these look pretty complete. And then here are some for the passive that he was going to have. They even had his official shop render ready to go. Now going back to the message, this basically implies that No More Innocence was replacing 2017X and EXE in version 0.3. Now it doesn't exactly say that, but they're kinda implying that by adding him to the update instead. And if that's true, that means that my last prediction video where I said 2017X or EXE or both will get added is proven correct. Now, let's move on to the next killer that I think will be added in version 0.3, and that is no other than Starve/Furnace. Now I'm sure these 2 being on the list comes to pretty much no surprise to anyone. Now although they weren't confirmed for version 0.3, they basically pretty much were with all the propaganda of Starved and Furnace that's been being pushed out literally since day 1. Ever since the game was shelved, we've literally gotten the chase theme for Starved and Furnace, and we also got the last life themes for Starved and Furnace. And that's not it, we also have completed themes for skins for Furnace also. And with Furnace sightings pretty much being your everyday Outcome Memories occurrence, kinda confirms that he's coming in version 0.3. I just don't see how this isn't the case, considering that ever since version 0.2 dropped, we've been seeing nothing but progress on Furnace and Starved. So far, it seems like a lot of my predictions in the last video are still holding up to this day. But let's go ahead and move on to the survivors. Alright, now for the survivor side, it's a little bit more difficult simply because survivor sightings actually happen quite a lot and with a lot of different characters and a lot of incomplete states. But I think I've narrowed it down to who I actually think is coming in version 0.3, and I think it's pretty accurate, so let's go ahead and get started. Alright, now the first survivor is Shadow, and I'm pretty sure this is a surprise to literally no one at this point. Just like Furnace, we've been seeing Shadow gameplay leaked since like day 1, and to be honest, he pretty much looks complete besides maybe like a few minor tweaks and balancing. He even has his skate animation in a transition when he switches from his gun to his actual moveset. I said this before and I'll say it again, Shadow is for sure coming in version 0.3. But here's the thing, I feel like there's a reason why Shadow took so long to release, and that's because I feel like they're waiting to release him with certain characters. Because let's be real here, Shadow had way more progress on him before Silver and Blaze even got shown off to the public. We know the Outcome Memories devs like to release characters alongside their partners or so that makes sense. For example, Silver and Blaze coming in the same update and Ray and Mighty being in the same update. So it only makes sense for Shadow to come alongside Team Dark. Now I did say this also in my last video, but back then a lot of people were more sold on the Fang plus Shadow in version 0.3 theory. But now there is a lot of proof to go off of why it's gonna be probably Team Dark instead. If you're not living under a rock, then you would know that recently we got the entirety of Team Dark remodeled. And I do not think that that is a coincidence in the slightest. But it doesn't stop there. As of pretty recently, before the game got shelved, we got a Rouge LMS teaser. And the teaser was pretty lengthy too, meaning that it's probably complete by this time. And just to add on to the icing on the cake, there has been a plethora of Omega sightings recently. The devs have even been using certain moves from his kit, alongside voice lines for his character. And after doing a little bit of research on Twitter, I seen that the holder of Omega posted some of his artwork and how he was gonna play in game, like all of his abilities. And I highly doubt that this was all a coincidence. Now you might be thinking that's it, but it's not. There's another character that I want to talk about, and that's Fang. Now like I said before, on the wiki it shows that Fang and Shadow were confirmed for version 0.3, but I never actually believed this. Even though I do think at one point the devs genuinely wanted to add him to 0.3, I think he's getting replaced now. Specifically getting replaced by Vector. Now the reason I say this is because Vector has been spotted a lot in public servers recently alongside Omega. Now this theory is a stretch because it will make a lot more sense for Vector to come with Team Chaotix. But in the message about No More Innocence was supposed to come as a surprise drop and no one was gonna know until the update drops. I could see them doing the same thing with Vector simply just due to how much he's been spotted. Even though I do think Fang makes a lot more sense to be the one Shadow drops, it's just that from a progress standpoint, Vector has much more done. But hey, this was my updated version 0.3 prediction list. I think this is pretty solid. From all the information we've got, I think I made a list that is pretty accurate to what version 0.3 will look like whenever the game actually decides to come back. But at this point, I'm just yapping. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Do you guys agree or disagree? And what do you guys think is coming next update? And with that being said, I'll see y'all in the next one.